Hello guitar freaks, the promise that doesn't deliver. One of the most common things that guitar players say is, I practice about an hour a day. And on paper, that sounds exactly right. It sounds disciplined, it sounds like progress should be happening. But for many players, it isn't. And they're putting in the time and still feel stuck with uneven technique, inconsistent timing, speed that won't clean up or won't get there, and the sense that they're working hard without clear results. And if that sounds familiar, then this video is for you. Because the issue usually isn't how much you practice, but what kind of repetitions you're feeding your brain. Now, practice is training, it's not time spent. Your nervous system doesn't understand hours and minutes. It understands instructions. Every repetition you play tells your brain that this is how this movement works. And the brain is very, very efficient, sometimes too efficient, and it doesn't ask whether the repetition was clean, was relaxed, with economy of movement, whether it was in time or not. If something is repeated, it's learned. So if your practice contains unclear or inconsistent repetitions, that's exactly what you're reinforcing, no matter how long you play. This is why some players improve rapidly with shorter sessions, while others stagnate despite practicing every day for hours. What most players are actually doing. Most guitarists do not lack motivation. What they do lack is structure. The typical 1 hour day practice might look like running familiar shapes, playing songs end to end, or speeding up parts that are not stable, or hoping difficult sessions improve on their own, and sometimes while watching YouTube videos or answering your phone. This feels productive and often enjoyable, but it does not create reliable results. Why? Because the brain learns exactly what you repeat, including the mistakes. If a weak shift or a sloppy phrase is always embedded in a full run-through, it will never get isolated and therefore never gets fixed. Now, why speed hides the real problem? Speed is often used as a shortcut. When you play too fast, timing issues blur, coordination problems might hide, tension might get unnoticed, and you're left with the illusion that something is almost there. But almost is never stable. If your fingers are guessing what they're supposed to do, your confidence will always collapse under pressure. On stage, in the studio, or even if you're just recording yourself. What deliberate practice actually looks like. Deliberate practice is less dramatic, but it's far more effective. It has a few key traits. Number one, it's slow enough to reveal problems. Not to punish yourself, but to observe what's really happening. You can hear timing, you can feel tension and correct movement before it locks in. Number two, it isolates one issue at a time. So instead of practicing a whole piece, for example, you focus on one shift, one phrase, one coordination challenge, and this is where real change happens. Number three, it's intentional. You're not just repeating, you're deciding. You're deciding the best possible fingerings. You're deciding what articulation to use. You're deciding your tone control, your physical efficiency, your economy of movement. And this turns practice into skill building rather than habit reinforcement. Number four, it stops before fatigue ruins quality. Once accuracy drops, practice stops being useful. Short, precise sessions train your hands far more effectively than long, unfocused ones. Why 1 hour a day of this is rare? Because true focus is really, really demanding. Most players can manage 10 to 20 minutes of a real, deliberate attention at a time. After that, awareness fades and sloppy reps creep in. So this is why many players feel like they're working hard but not improving. They're practicing longer instead of practicing cleaner. The discomfort that signals real progress. Here's something important to understand. Deliberate practice often feels much worse before it feels better. Because your awareness increases. You start noticing things that you used to miss. Timing inconsistencies, articulation differences. You're starting to feel tension in your hands. And that's not regression, that's refinement. Every meaningful improvement in playing begins with increased clarity. Now here's a simple practice framework you can use today. Try this. Identify one specific weakness. Reduce it to the smallest possible unit. Slow it down until it's completely controlled, and then play a small number of perfect reps, maybe 5 reps, perfect reps. Stop and come back tomorrow. That's it. If you do this consistently, you'll notice something interesting. Your playing improves between sessions, not during them. That's how effective practice works. Where most players get stuck, most guitarists don't need more motivation. They don't need more hours, and they definitely don't need any more random exercises. They need clarity. They need to know what to practice, how slowly, and when to stop. And this is exactly what I work on with my students, helping them replace guesswork with structure and turn practice time into measurable progress. If this way of thinking about practice makes sense to you, subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. I break down technique, practice structure, and musical development in a very practical way. Leave a comment and tell me what part of your playing feels stuck right now. I read them and they help shape future videos. And if you want direct guidance tailored to your playing, there's a link below where you can learn more about studying with me. Practice doesn't have to feel confusing or random. Once you know what to listen for, progress becomes a lot more predictable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.